Go.
Okay.
Up, down, sideways, MLB edition.
Okay, hit me with it.
All right, first one up, we got the Tampa Bay Rays.
I love it because we're starting out easy. Up, they've started the season 11-0. It's the best start since the Brewers in like 87, I want to say. I mean, look, it's one of those situations. It's almost like they're playing the A's Moneyball game, but they're doing it a lot better, right? Super cheap. I mean, they might even lose the team in Tampa because nobody really cares. Nobody goes to their games, which is baffling to me. Yet they still put a really nice team on the field. Brandon Lau, Wander Franco, Harold Ramirez, Isak Paredes. I mean, they got a really nice roster. And they've been able to let go of pieces and still be a really good roster. McClanahan has become a really nice starting pitcher. They can release G-Man Choi, goes to the Buccos, right? They trade him. They let go of Kevin Kiermaier, longtime Ray. They're just fine. So to win 11 straight like that after, an offseason where they lost a couple key pieces, and to have the young guys kind of step up like they have, that's an easy trend up for the Rays.
Absolutely. All right, let's go hometown team. We've talked about them a couple of times today. The Pittsburgh Pirates.
That's also an easy up, and now it's a different up than the Rays, right? The Rays
It's
were
up
already
from the basement.
Yeah, the Rays were already a perennial playoff team, right? They were already competing for the division, if not winning it the last 5 years,
Yeah.
But for the Buccos, they've been really bad and really boring for the last 6, 7, 8, 9, even closer to 10 years.
Not really any excitement around them
Yeah,
at all.
none. They're exciting. They walk off the Astros. They sweep the Red Sox in Fenway. They take 2 of 3 in the first home series against the White Sox. Kutch is playing really well. The young guys are playing well. Ji-Wan Bae, Connor Joe. Unfortunate with O'Neal Cruz. We'll get to him, but the Pirates as a whole, the entire organization, the team, that's an easy trend up for me, even though they're only, 7-4? Not lighting the world on fire, but really competitive, really feisty, really entertaining. So
Absolutely agree. Let's go to a team that has been dwindling a little bit here, the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, you hit on it. Down. Yeah, I think they're trending down. And that's not just so far this year. That's the last 3 to 4 years. You lose Mookie Betts, you lose Xander Bogaerts, Christian Vasquez, your catcher.
It's been a tough road.
Chris Sale's been up and down with injuries, and it seems like he's not really back to Chris Sale form quite yet, if he will be at all. He's aging as well. And to be one of the richer teams in baseball and not be able to keep some of your stars, it's a little bit puzzling. Now, good news, they have Rafael Devers, who I think is a stud, and he's a top 5 hitter right now, pure hitter, full power to all fields. But as a whole, they're trending down. I don't think they have the pitching. The bullpen's not there. Red Sox down.
All right, team out west here. Let's go San Diego Padres.
To me, that's a sideways. They're still really competitive, and they're a good team. I think they'll figure it out. But with the amount of talent they have, the amount of money they've spent, I just feel like I'm always expecting more. I've been expecting
more for the last
better.
2 years.
Yeah, so it's not that they're bad. So they're not trending down. They're definitely sideways because they're competitive. They're gonna make the playoffs. They might even win a playoff series. But it just feels like I'm always expecting more. More runs, better pitching here. Juan Soto's good. Is he really as great as we thought he was? I think he is, but he's not showing it. I don't know.
The stars aren't delivering like they should be.
But the good news is they're just so talented. Even though they're not all playing fantastic, they're all playing well enough to still be a really nice, solid roster and a good, solid production level team. So Padres sideways.
All right, I got a player here.
Okay.
Javier Baez.
It's down. It's bad, man. It's bad. Have you seen?
It's starting to nosedive a lot.
There's a compilation of some of his swings from the year. Go look at one. I think I saw it on TikTok or whatever. Look up Javier Baez swing compilation or even YouTube. He's not even close. He's got that really violent leg kick, violent load, violent swing, right? And so if he's not perfectly timed up for the pitch he's expecting, usually the heater, sometimes an off-speed pitch, he's going to look bad, point blank, especially if he's expecting heater and he gets an off-speed pitch. I think he's hitting under 100 this year so far. Now, the defense is still there most of the time, but he can get kind of erratic defensively and get into funks. They paid a lot of money for him in Detroit, and it has not panned out. Baez is down.
All right, let's go New York Mets.
That's going to be a sideways for me as well because they've been playing pretty well, but Verlander's still on the IL. Trust me, I know he's on my fantasy team. Everybody cares so much about my fantasy team. It's the 7th time I referenced it, but it's okay. Anyway, So he's not quite back yet. Scherzer's okay, but he's not looking Max Scherzer-esque, especially for what you're paying him. Frankie's been playing really well. Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso's numbers are pretty decent, but they lost a couple good pieces from last year. And you're not going to have your closer Edwin Diaz because he hurt his knee playing or celebrating in the World Baseball Classic. So are they playing pretty well? Yes. Is it tough to get excited when there's a clear, defined ceiling? I would say yes. So the Mets are sideways.
All right, last one here. Another player, O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah, so we get to this one, and here we are. O'Neal Cruz is down for me. Look, it does worry me that you're in year 2 now, and not only are you in year 2 of the bigs, you're in year what of playing baseball? 20? Realistically, since T-ball, you're like, well, I guess he's pretty young, so maybe you're 18 of playing baseball.
Either way, you've been playing it for the majority of your life.
You can't slide. That was the worst slide I've ever seen.
Those are the little things. Those are the little things.
The worst slide I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't understand it whatsoever.
It looked like he was super indecisive because he couldn't figure out if he wanted to stay standing or go into a slide, and it was some kind of weird slide. And if you go back and look at it, he was in a position where he could have possibly gotten under that slide too. If he would have slid around, kind of dragged the hand back across the bag,
right.
He was in a position where he could have done that. He could have
maybe
slid a little bit outside
slid
outside the base path and just reached back. But he did some sort of weird, try to truck the catcher, but also try to slide into his ankles.
It was not good.
I
don't like it. It's a bad look. And
it obviously
it resulted in a really unfortunate injury. He's out for 3-4 months?
4 months, they said. 4 months minimum.
Ridiculous.
It's a minimum at 4 months.
That's terrible.
So what? That puts
We're looking at what? July?
June, August.
That's just terrible. It's awful news for him. It's awful news for the team. But it could have been avoided, which is the very frustrating part about it. So
either way, that was up, down, sideways, guys. Just to kind of run back through, I guess.
Yeah,
we have the Tampa
it.
Bay Rays trending up, the Pittsburgh Pirates trending up, the Boston Red Sox trending down, Padres going sideways, Javier Baez going down, the New York Mets going sideways, and, of course, O'Neal Cruz trending down.
Down, unfortunately, yeah.
But